Hi, this is actually day 6 of tips for a healthy pelvic floor. Yesterday I got a little ahead of the game. I called it day 6. It was actually day 5. Doesn't matter. Now I know I haven't talked about any kind of specific exercise for your pelvic floor, for all those muscles, your perineum, your levator ani, your piriformis, your obturator, all those muscles. I know I haven't done that, but I need you to understand the we need to get our house in order before we can actually zone in on that area. Now, backtrack to the first few days. I talked about the fact that the pelvic floor muscles don't work in isolation from each other, and they don't work in isolation from the rest of the body. So that's super important to understand. And understanding the pressure that happens during breath and the movement of both diaphragms, your diaphragm for breathing and your pelvic diaphragm. Now, let's go with that, the pressure in our abdomen. Now, if you change the pressure of your abdomen in whatever way, the pressure has to spread. Okay, so what happens when you pull in your belly button? When I used to teach this all the time, and I stopped a long time ago, of telling people, pull in your belly button towards your spine before you brace, before you engage in any kind of core movement. Stop doing that. When you pull your belly button in toward your spine, you create an increased pressure in the abdomen. Now that increased pressure has to go somewhere, and of course, if you have a pelvic floor that's struggling, it's going to sense too much tension and will get confused. So that's one thing. Now, tip number 2, hey, you get 2 tips today, is let's again look at the increased pressure. What I want you to be careful of is when you engage in any kind of bracing movement where you want to lift, push, pull, any kind of exertion, I want you to make sure you never, ever, ever, ever hold your breath during the exertion. It's called the Valsalva maneuver, and it is not good. The increased pressure is so great that, yes, your pelvic floor will be affected, women. And if you know any guys that might be interested in this tip, most guys with that increased pressure in the abdomen, the pressure goes to a point where they can get hernias. So let's not do this. I'm going to take a whole other tip to show you how to properly brace your core so that you can do exertive moves that you want to do. You absolutely want to be able to do that without negatively affecting your pelvic core. Anyways, it's been great chatting, and I will see you tomorrow.